Thanks to some good friends, I have been able to acquire a few allocated type bottles. If you're in the bourbon or whiskey realm, you kind of know what I'm talking about. These are the things that are a little bit harder to find. You kind of got to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. This is a situation where we've talked about it before. The distributor here in Southern Arizona puts together like 5 or 6 different events and says, hey, we're going to have some stuff. It's very hard to find. We're going to sell it to you at regular MSRP. Get in line and good luck.
Get in line.
Is pretty much what happens. Some people get in line up to 24 hours beforehand. I did not get there quite that early, so I didn't get like the most amazing of the amazing. But I was able to find a couple things that I've never had before. And as long as you're okay to maybe trying a little 10-year bottled and bond.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's what we'll have for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Henry McKenna 10-year bottled and bond.
Correct. This is a single barrel as well, which is kind of interesting. A lot of times bottled and bond, which needs to be at least 4 years of age, can be, like I said, it has to just be from the same growing period. It's at a federally bonded warehouse. There's a bunch of rules. You can look those up. I'll actually put a link below if you want to learn about all of those. 10-year is kind of on the higher side.
They've gone above and beyond.
They've gone the extra mile. This is a Heaven Hill product. They make everything from Elijah Craig to, like I said, what else were we looking at? The Larceny that we've tried. If you want to see
Rittenhouse Rye.
If you want to see any of those previous podcasts, you can go to AboutBeverages.com or YouTube and check those out. But yeah, this is the first time I've literally ever had this one before. It's one that I've heard about. It's gotten so many awards. That's why it's become allocated, hard to find. You normally should be able to find it for around $65, which is, like I said, not cheap necessarily, but again, hopefully with the quality they're talking about.
Right. Secondary market, though, much more.
Secondary market, yeah, I can get a little bit higher for this one for sure. I have seen it, well north of that. But yeah, I am very excited to try this one the first time. You can see I've not even opened it. Not even opened it. That's how much.
Not just camera tricks or anything. This is I vouch.
No, it is.
As long as we have a voucher, and that is not open.
Would you say this is still sealed?
I would say that
I feel like a magician all of a sudden. Would you say that these cards have not been?
Yes, that is sealed.
Okay. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this one open. To make sure we were fully prepared, we actually had a little bit of another bottle and bond to kind of make sure our palates were refreshed and ready to go. Because we are nothing if not trying to be accurate with our tasting.
We did the Kirkland 17 from 1792. They're bottled and bond.
Correct.
Available at Costco. Well, was available at Costco, not anymore. Just to kind of reacclimate, especially after the previous beverage. We needed to get back to home base there. So
always nice when the tape does not want exactly.
Oh man!
All right, already I don't like this one. We're not even going to do it now. I don't care.
Throw it away.
Pour it on your cereal.
10 years is too old, anyways.
That's apparently what it was.
Some fresh bottled and bond.
Give me some fresh bottled and bond. Exactly. There we go. Now I'm just turning the whole thing. There we go. I got it. Chad, I got it. It's working. Good cork pop there. That was nice. I don't know if the mic picked that up. That was nice.
The Keith did.
There you go.
Even if the mic didn't.
I see what you did there. Well, that's a nice glass.
It's interesting though with the bottle and bond. I thought it, and you had to refresh my memory. I thought it had to be at least 50%, but it's actually exactly 50%.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So 100 proof.
That is the one thing that is kind of like the exacting standard of what you'll see on the label. Obviously, there's other things that are going on there, but yeah, the bottle and bond part, 100 proof, at least 4 years aged, and then there's a few other things at there as well. But again, you can check out the link for all that. I think
this is like an early 1900s thing when
Correct.
there was a lot of
prohibition. Yeah, it was around that era where people were a little more concerned with. There was a lot of faults, either bourbons or whiskeys and that kind of stuff out there on the market, and that this had turned kind of into. They're like, all right, well, let's get a certification kind of going. Does not hold near as much weight now exactly, but it is a standard. Like I said, if you see that on there, then you kind of already know at least a few things about it for sure.
Color of bourbon on the Pantone
That is actually a nice color, like I said, which you'd expect a little on the darker side for the aging that's on there. We talked about earlier, it's not a bottle and bond, but like I said, the Eagle Rare is another 10-year that you can find for a little bit cheaper. So that's kind of in my head initially, at least what I'm going to kind of compare this to, because it's like, well, is this as good as something else I can get cheaper?
I would do that if I could remember what that tastes like. I just know it's good.
That one usually is pretty good. To the aroma?
Yes. That has changed numerous times for me.
I would actually agree.
But every time it's delicious.
It is a really good aroma. Yeah, like I said, we've literally just cracked this open. As you saw, my terrible like bottle opening skills there. For some reason, that was a little more difficult.
Right now, I'm at cinnamon bun.
There is a little bit of that,
but at different points I've had butter. I've had some nut.
I would say toffee was in there.
Yeah, there's just it, but it's just, and even at 50% or 100 proof, and you just open it. It's not overly strong.
No, not at all. I thought there might be some more oak coming through or some more of those kind of wood notes. There's a little vanilla, but it's definitely more buttery and toffee. And it's like, it's kind of those lighter, wonderful blend of all of those rich flavors. That smells really good.
There's a lot of goodness going on in there.
All right. Should we taste?
I think we should get some goodness going on in here.
Yeah, agreed.
It's not as complex as the aroma. Still very good.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going to go with it too. I think it's a little different than what we like. The aroma, I think, is like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
Complexity,
boom, boom, boom.
Different aromas, different flavors. Like I said, all the things that we were getting like are great. The taste is very much, it's very smooth, a little bit of heat on the finish.
Yep.
I get kind of like actually some vanilla, like almost like not quite baking spices, but like if I was making like a vanilla sugar cookie or something, there's something like that in there. I don't know what you're getting out of it. Like I said, I don't know what you're getting out of this.
It is more, whereas, that, especially the aroma, we said it just kept unfolding, and there were different things with each unfold. This one is more, it just kind of stays with that one sort of note with a little bit of the heat and with some vanilla, maybe a little bit of that butter, but not much. I mean, it's good. It's very smooth. It's just not as complex as the aroma is.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, like I said, especially for a 10-year. I thought maybe a little bit more wood would come through, which you are getting some of the vanilla, and I'm getting a little bit of those characteristics, but it's all on the lighter side, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think this is really good. This is definitely something for, like I said, being able to pay just MSRP for it. I would definitely have this one around just because it's different.
Yeah.
I think compared to, and it's not a direct comparison, like I said, but I've mentioned the Eagle Rare since that's one of the few 10 years that I happen to have, like hanging out in the bar. That one definitely brings much more of the, like you're talking like oak, woody, like heavier kind of notes. Whereas I like this one because it is kind of a little bit more on the lighter side with some spice. It's really good. It's not what I expected at all though. It's definitely different.
So compared to what we had before when we recalibrated our palettes.
Correct.
This is a little bit, there's a little more to it, I guess.
Definitely. I think so.
So obviously this one should be more expensive, but I don't know if it's.
Ooh, I knew you were going there.
No, I just started going there. I'm not.
No, that's interesting. I've had that one recently. Like I said, and we're talking about, it's basically 1792.
Right.
It is their bottled in bond, but it is through Kirkland's brand. If you know anything about that, they do a small batch one. They do the bottled in bond one, which I have. They also do a like single barrel, like high proof one.
Yeah.
It's for Kirkland, but it's through 1792 distillery. And that's one that, especially at that price and that value, is fantastic because it's like not only you get all that flavor for a mixer and all these other kinds of things, it's actually not too bad to, like I said, to drink neat as well. That one is a little bit more, I think, very one note.
Yeah, and a little hotter, I think. It's
not quite like so. This one has some nice spice, but it's kind of more toward like. This is going to sound dumb. Like I said, just past the mid palate is where I get the spice, not on the finish. The finish on this is really smooth. Whereas the bottled and, like I said, the one from, like I said, that one, that 1792 Kirkland one, that one's kind of like hot pretty quick. It's a little on the thinner side.
Yeah.
This one still, I wish this one had a little more body, which I thought it might bring to the table. But yeah, overall, I think this one is very good. It's just kind of up to you if you want to pay like that little bit of, like I said, extra price tag. I guess this one, before it started winning all the awards, was more in like the $40 to $50 range. And then it's crept up. And then again, if you can find it, it starts getting even more expensive. So I know you would probably not pay for it, but I enjoyed it though. It was good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you for sharing.
Always appreciate sharing. And you can find all of the sharing that we have ever done on our website at AboutBeverages.com. Shockingly enough, that is a place where you can go if you want to find anything and everything we've ever done, from recipes to wines to whiskeys to waters, sodas, smoothies, anything and everything. It is all there. The complete archive can be found at AboutBeverages.com. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the best place to go. We can find whether it's shorts for quick reviews, if it's our podcast, our full-length podcast, like I said, all of the stuff that we do on Thursday evenings. On Twitch winds up going up on YouTube on a Monday, and soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, we're going to do something a little freaky. We're actually going to be dual streaming. We are now allowed on Twitch that we can actually simulcast and stream on YouTube and Twitch and anywhere else at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So at some point we'll be doing that very soon, so you can catch us live in both spots.
Wow, nice.
So we'll have kind of a dual chat thing going there. So if anybody's interested to watch, like I said, you can subscribe and check that out. If you only want audio, Google Podcast, iTunes, and Spotify are the best ways to go. But if you do have a favorite podcasting app, definitely search for About Beverages, and you'll probably find us there. If not, let us know, and we'll try and get that taken care of if it is at all possible, for sure. And when you're searching, usually some other things come up too, right?
Oh, those social media things come up. Those
social media.
For us, the 3 pillars of social media are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, and soon YouTube.
I know.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's going to be fun.
And which we do most Thursday evenings around about 4:30 Pacific. So when we get together, try some different beverages and hang out, just have some fun. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he's doing in the gaming world and what he will be enjoying as he does that. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a bottled and bond shot.